Well, hopefully Mother Nature has given us this last blast of winter precipitation, and you can tell that the heavy moisture from this last snow and even one of our earlier ice storms has played havoc on our landscape. Even at our studio gardens, we received a lot of damage to various pine trees from the branches breaking off, and our coal frame that we just constructed collapsed, so we've got it back in good shape. Now here at my own landscape, again, I've had some damage to various evergreens and deciduous trees. I also lost my coal frame. It's pretty much a pancake right now under the snow. And some of my newly planted evergreens were all bent over so much, and some of the magnolias, that yesterday before the cold set in and the snow froze a little bit more, I brushed some of the heaviest snow off so they wouldn't break anymore. But some of the cedar trees like this one here, I was a little bit too late in trying to save them. Now a lot of you may be asking the question, what do you do to try to save something like this one? And this one is really a little bit too risky, but we're going to go ahead and try. And since the branch is already split, we're going to go ahead and saw it right here to cut the heaviest part off so we don't cause it to split anymore during the correction process. Well, now that we have the end of the heavier branch cut off, it's a little bit easier to get into where the actual damage has occurred. And I want to point out too that because the branch was laying on the ground, the very tip, I did start making the cut from the top. If it wasn't touching the ground, I would have started underneath a little bit to start with to collect the pressure and then cut it from the top, because otherwise it could have split it a little bit more. Now I think you can get a little better idea of how severe the damage is. It's really split it right down the very center. Again, it's going to be risky in how much effort we put into it and if we can save the top part. But really, anytime you get a tree to split like this, the bottom line is that you want to make sure the cuts are smoothed up where any of the cambium layer can heal over a little bit quicker. So that means you need to try to saw in here to get these jagged edges as smooth as they possibly can. So now that we've removed the end, let me go ahead and try to cut this off, and we can see how much more damage we have closer in. Okay, now you can see that it actually ripped at an angle. So again, we'll come in and try to smooth up these sides a little bit. But really what we're wanting to do is a cambium layer to heal here. And actually at a slope like that, that's good because any moisture that will collect there will run off. Now, there's no need to come in and remove anything else. The top could be a little bit too heavy. If we wanted to thin out some branches on the other side, we could do that. But we're not going to put any tree wound dressing on. If it was a thinner bark, we might put some white latex paint just to reflect the sunlight, and we may go ahead and do that. But really, more important than any of the things you put on it is getting a smooth cut where it can heal up pretty easily. Well, we'll see how this turns out, hopefully to our favor. And that's all the time we've got today on the show. Be sure and join us next weekend here on Oklahoma Gardening.